You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Hello, welcome back to the Animal Party. It's Deb Wolf, and we're here on Pet Life Radio. And I'm laughing a little bit because I just found out that I am not the only one in my pajamas today. It is definitely a pajama party here at Pet Life Radio. And Stacy Mantle, my guest from Pets Weekly magazine, has also shown up in her pajamas. I'm sure they have pets on them. We'll have to ask her about that. My bottoms are a doggy motif of dog houses, dogs, puppies, trees, and a doggy logo all over them. Little tiny doggies and dog houses. My top is a cat, so I'm kind of sitting on the fence today. I'm going both ways for you all. I'm being bipetual. So, Stacy, what kind of pajamas have you got on today for the pajama party, for the Christmas Hanukkah pajama party at Pet Life Radio?
Well, I had some little pajama bottoms made up with my logo on it. So I've got the cat, the dog, the fish, the lizard, and it's all over my bottom pajamas. And they're super soft, so I love that. And then my top, of course, is so hot here that I just had to put on a tank top. So I'm not quite as coordinated, but it's still really warm.
Oh, rub it in, rub it in. Hey, I want a pair of those pajama bottoms. You think you can get them to me? Okay,
I'm sure
probably
I can.
Small. Yeah. Probably a smaller medium. I would love that. Okay, so yay, doggy swag. I love that. So I'm not wearing a tank top. I'm hearing flannels, and I'm not exactly warm. But on the other hand, the sun is out today. The sun is out in the rainforest. And when it comes out, even when it's a frosty day with snow on the ground like it is, it's still so beautiful. My kids and I were going to go out later and hang up all the Hanukkah and Christmas decorations outside. And, we're a little late this year because we had a flood. And oh no, and car broke down, whole bunch of problems this year. And that's partly why I'm in my pajamas today, because I was up all night long catching up on some of the pet work. There's a lot of dogs coming to Camp Good Dog, an awful lot of dogs, and I'm working the night shift tonight. So I figured I was entitled. That's why we decided to make this a pajama party. Now, if you're out there and you're in your pajamas, come to the party. Put your dog in some pajamas. We're going to be talking today about what you might get for Christmas or Hanukkah. Maybe you're late because you should have sent it a couple of days ago, and, well, Stacy's got some solutions for you that'll get it there maybe on time or maybe just after. Well, they're still off work at school. And probably you're still on time, actually, if it's Christmas you're shooting for. Now, Hanukkah has 8 days. So that gives us extra time to hit. Okay, everybody, so stay tuned to the party. We're going to break for a commercial, and we'll be back to hear about what's the easiest, best gift to get for Christmas for pet lovers. And I have some suggestions, too. Plus, I'll be throwing in some safety tips and holiday manners tips and maybe some fun stories from Stacy. Stay tuned to the party. Get your jammies on and come back to Animal Party on Pet Life Radio.
Don't go anywhere, because the best is yet to come. Stick around.
Is the coast clear?
Yes, let's go.
Are you sure they went to Petco?
Where else would they go?
Oopsie.
Hey, calm down.
I smell presents.
Go to PetLifeRadio.com/Petco and get $6 off your order of $60 or more, and up to 40% off hundreds of holiday items at Petco. PetLifeRadio.com/Petco.
Uh-oh, step on it.
Okay.
Oh, not on my tail.
Petco, where the pets go.
Dyson.
The new Dyson Animal Vacs are powerful bagless upright vacuums for homes with pets. Air muscle and radio root cyclone technology generates the strongest suction power to powerfully remove dust, dirt, and pet hair from the home or car. To order your Dyson Animal Vac, go to PetLifeRadio.com/Dyson. PetLifeRadio.com/Dyson to order your Dyson Animal Vac today.
Dyson. Music to your ears.
This year, Americans are expected to spend a jaw-dropping $36 billion on their pets. From lighted leashes to high-end spa products, the discriminating pet owner can find just about anything to pamper his or her pet. Hi, this is Michelle Fern. Join me every week for Best Bets for Pets, where we'll talk about the latest pet products and talk to the companies that make them. Best Bets for Pets, every week, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
You're inside the VIP room
with the hottest party in town.
Back to the party.
Let's go.
Hello! Welcome back to the Animal Party with Pet Life Radio. It is a pajama party special for the holidays in our doggy kitty pajamas. And that's actually a good gift to give someone for the holidays. You know, if you notice what style they normally wear, do they wear cotton? Do they wear nighties or pajamas? You know, what style, what size? Do a little snooping first. And then go out and get them something with their favorite dog or cartoon dogs or cartoon cats. Because all pet lovers love pet pajamas. Don't you think, Stacy?
Absolutely. And you can get some matching pajamas for your pup.
Yeah, there you go. Or even your cat if you're
Absolutely.
You're
a really good-natured cat.
And you're a really patient cat person. So, well, I had a flood, as y'all know, and Intact Insurance has been helping me a lot, and so is online, on-site restoration. And I wanted to give a shout-out to them, because without them, I would still be in boxes all over the house. At least I'm down to 1 or 2 rooms. So when the holidays strike, you don't want disasters. But if they do come, you want the emergency information for your pets, the vaccine, the emergency clinic that's actually open between December 24th and January 2nd that you can reach. You want your details of your pet handy. If there's any special meds or allergies or anything like that, and you're having your pet go to a kennel or a pet sitter or something like that, have it all really detailed. Ziploc bags and labels on everything. Don't leave anything to chance. Make sure every bottle that's for your pet has its name on it and the dose. Everything is labeled. It may seem a little bit anal or ridiculous, but stuff gets, jumbled up and mixed up, and you don't want your dog not getting his meds because they couldn't tell which was which. You want a detailed note where you actually name all the meds. Maybe you think, oh, well, my pet has a sticker on it with his name anyway. And maybe that rubs off. Maybe it's already rubbed off and you didn't notice when you sent it. The ink is faded. They can't even read what pet it is anymore. I mean, mark it with permanent ink, everything. Make sure it's all really well labeled because you don't want any accidents. So that's one safety tip I'm sneaking in there. But mostly today, we're going to be talking about shopping. So what would you suggest for people from Pets Weekly Magazine? Pets Weekly Magazine. Every week you get new information about the best things to get for pets. So what should we get, Stacey?
Well, we've got some amazing pet products on the market here right now, and we profiled a few of our favorites in our last holiday list. And one of those, let's talk about the Bison pet beds from Tasman.
Okay.
These are designed, they're all made from bison leather. And the bison are all made in the USA. So you know exactly what you're getting in your home, and this is one of the most luxurious beds I've ever seen in my life.
I've heard of bison burgers, and they're like beefalo, right? They're sort of a beef buffalo mixed animal that's raised in captivity for hamburger. Is that correct? And then they also is that what that is, or is it actual bison imported? Like what are you talking about?
This is actual bison buffalo, and I need to check my fact on that. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Now that you said that, now I started thinking. But no, this is the American buffalo or bison, and so I guess it would be the North American species of buffalo. And they are raised for human consumption. It's a lower fat hamburger or meat source. It's healthier for you, less expensive. And it's all only in the U.S. I mean, they don't have bison anywhere else in the world. So this is a really effective product. Now, these guys create, Tasman Industries, they create a bison chew it's similar to the rawhide chews, but you're not going to have the same problems with digestion, allergies if your dog has problems with beef or chicken or any other kind of beef or protein. This is a really great alternative. And you don't have to worry about the blocking because the way that the bison shoes are designed are, they have longer, it's really kind of difficult to describe it, longer threading, or I don't know how to describe it, the skin part, the rawhide part.
So it's slightly different, and it doesn't make the same mess? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, it doesn't make the same mess in that the animals don't block that way. you know how with the rawhide, when you feed your dogs rawhide, and
yes,
they
it
eat
can
a
turn
lot of
into
it,
like
they
a
have
big
problem.
hunk. Yes,
Exactly.
some dogs will swallow
So-
a big hunk and then it just sits there inside them. Almost like if a person swallowed a fist-sized ball of chewing gum, you know, and it just sits there. It's not exactly toxic, but how do you get it through your system? It can be very problematic. So I understand what you're saying. This kind of gets chewed up better. Well, I can imagine. They'd go crazy on bison. I've seen my animals when one of my customers who comes to the kennel is back from a hunting trip and is being really generous. And they come back with lots of meat that they get processed for themselves to put in their freezer, all the nice steaks and roasts and all that. But then the stuff they don't want, they get ground up. And that gets made into hamburger and things like that for their animals. And then they have these huge bones that nobody wants. Some of them are the size of hockey sticks. And that comes here. And select dogs whose owners have checked the box saying they're allowed to have it, plus mine, get those bones. And I mean, they're gone pretty quick. So those are the icing on the cake, the cherry on the sundae, the thing the dog lives for most, I think.
Absolutely, yeah, and you know, and this is a great alternative to some of that stuff. I mean, it just makes a really effective product. It's a great stocking stuffer for anybody that has pets or dogs and just wants something to chew on during the day and keep them quiet. The dogs just love this stuff. And
well,
then
when you think about it, how often does an average city dog get to taste something like that, get to try something like that, something that's really like what it would actually eat in the wild, really? You know, a bison bone is very, very, very interesting. A deer leg bone, or, you know, I mean, this is really cool stuff for them. So it's worth checking into. Okay, so let's talk about something else, maybe something for cats. Have you got on your list?
Yeah. Let's talk. Okay, here's an interesting photo opportunity for some people. Have you ever heard of the Lifeform 3D photographs?
No.
This is an amazing product that creates the image that you send them. You just send them an image of your pet, or actually they do people as well, so you can do a whole family thing. And you send the photos over to them digitally. They take those photos and turn them into hand-sculpted and hardened and matted framed photographs. So they look like they're coming out of the frame. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's basically a sculpture as a photograph. And these are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I've seen people reduced to tears when they get their photos back of pets that they've lost. Just an amazing product. And today, actually this week, you can save 10% on your entire order if you use the coupon code PETSWeekly. And you can just go to Lifeform 3D, and that's LIFE Form 3D, and just punch in the Pets Weekly code and you're good to go. They start at $99, so it's a great gift for family member, friends, people that have lost pets, people that just want to have a great photo of their pets, and it's something you'll remember forever.
Nice. Okay, so what have you got on there that surprised you this year?
Well, we've actually got a training spray on there that's called Stop Quiet Off. And I don't know if you've ever heard of this. It's a dog training spray. Okay, it works on the same concept as kind of surprising your dog out of behavior. And it's a citronella. It's not citronella, I shouldn't say. It's natural essences, or I can't remember the name of it now. Hold on, let me
Is this an aversion thing? I mean, when your dog's doing something you don't like, you spray it? Okay, exactly. So everybody listening, even though Stacy's recommending this isn't for me. I like to train dogs by tempting them and praising them and rewarding them. And if you need to pull out some kind of spray bottle, you're just not doing it right. The same with the cats, especially since, in my opinion, you're not always going to be there. So whatever you're teaching them is mostly that when mommy's around, don't do X, Y, Z. When mommy's not around, nobody's going to spray them. So it doesn't really work. On occasion, I'll suggest things like timed sprinklers, usually for other people's pets, though. Like if a neighbor's cat is driving your cat crazy at the window, I would set up a timed sprinkler called a scarecrow, which will go off and bug that cat, so it'll never go to that window again and keep bugging your cat. But that's more because I can't train their cat. I could train your cat. But, okay, so let's move on from that. I don't want to be spraying cats. At least it's not spraying them with
No, and I want to clarify,
stuff.
I'm not an advocate of spraying anything. I mean, cats, dogs, it's just when you have behavior problems that are not being properly addressed by other methods, and you can take certain things. This is like an herbal spray kind of thing, so it kind of calms them down, it makes them I don't know. But yeah, I can see your point, but I think for a lot of people, they're not really quality or professional trainers like you, and maybe they can't afford it, and maybe this is an option to have them not have to give up the animal.
All right. Now, if you're listening and you're saying, yeah, that's me, send me an email because I'll give you free advice. Seriously, I will. And I will help you through whatever problem you got so you don't have to spray your dog anymore. Honest to God. I mean, I've seen these things come here, the electric shock collars. I've seen the ones come here with the lemon citronella spray, the type of dog who will just bark, 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 bark to use it all up and get it over with and then run around with an empty one. I mean, I've seen every kind of outsmarting technique on those collars. Now, sometimes they work in limited circumstances. But the thing is, if the dog had something not going right for it, that made it bark all the time or made it not good with kids or whatever the problem was, and they somehow got a good reaction just by causing something nasty to happen every time the dog acted out, they still haven't solved the problem. So that dog is probably still unhappy or under-exercised or anxious or afraid or whatever, and someday it's going to come out again. And it might end up being he escapes or he attacks or he barks all night long and gets you kicked out of your apartment because the collar ran out one night. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why you don't want to rely on this stuff. You want gadgets and deterrents, for me, are not the way to train your best friend. And it's so easy, guys. Okay, if you're having problems and you're seeing my dog barks incessantly, I need that collar. Without the shock collar, I can't get my dog to come back at the park. Whatever it is you're thinking that you need something very corrective and mechanical, just call me, just email me, we'll fix it. We seriously will. We could do it on the air live. We can talk sometime. We'll make an appointment, or we can do it by email, or there's a million ways. We can do it by Skype. I'm happy to train to help you with a few little just suggestions that'll make it, and a few little drills, a few little routines, a little bit of homework, and within a week or two, your dog will not have these problems, and you'll be shaking your head saying, why didn't I figure that out? It's so, so simple. It's sometimes like when you have a kid who's just misbehaving over and over and over again in the same way with the same teacher in the same class, and he gets a new teacher, you know, a substitute for a day or just a new teacher, and all of a sudden he's like a different kid. It's just a different dynamic. They're stuck in a pattern. So anyway, before I go on about that, we'll wait till the people call and ask me, and then we'll solve their problems one by one. But right now, Stacey, what would you recommend for fun for Christmas?
Okay, how about the 3-pack lickety stick from Pet Safe? And this is something you'll like because it's a little treat dispensing unit, and it has like chicken flavor, liver flavor, and beef flavored, I believe. You just take the lid off. It's like a little deodorant roller pack thing, and the dogs just lick it, and it's only 1 calorie for every 10 licks. So it's a really great treat set for dogs that you're trying to train and you want to give lots of treats, but they may have a weight problem and they feel like they're getting a whole treat. Our dogs love it, and I have their full attention whenever I hold that thing in my pocket. So
yeah, that's a really good idea, because for dogs, you know, we sometimes think the food is the big reward, and in some ways it is, but they love the smell. They love the idea of it. They love the anticipation. They love earning it and then getting it. And so it's not, I mean, a dog would be happier getting tiny little treats, doing a trick, treat, a trick, treat, a trick, treat, rather than getting a whole bone for just sitting. They love to earn things. And you don't have to use it every time. That's the other thing. When you're using something like this, when a trick is new or you're working on a really stubborn problem and the dog is really, really difficult, you might use it every time he's good. Every single time he's good. But once you start to get the hang of it and he's looking at the thing and he's looking at you and he's listening to you and he's trying to do it right, then, you know, you use treats the way a teacher would use stickers. When the dog improves a whole lot in an area or really starts to try, or just when he does really well, or every few times, but not every single time. Because if you give it to him every single time, again, the same reasons that make him work so hard for it now, he'll get bored of it. You want him to really work for it, really want it, really think it's special. If your kid has stickers every day, he's not going to work hard for them. And he's not going to know what they mean anymore. It's like getting an A+ for not trying. And I do see that with people. I see the two most common mistakes I see, I think, are people who never praise and scold too much, always yelling at their dog, no, stop, no, bad, this kind of thing. And the other extreme, which is people who praise constantly, oh, get off the counter, oh, you know, and they tell their dog he's good when he's doing absolutely nothing. And so the dog thinks, hey, I'm good just sitting here. I don't have to do anything. Kibble just appears in my bowl. I am a good dog. I am I am the bomb, you know. And that's not going to make a good dog. You got to give him praise when he's actually doing the right thing for the pack. Okay, so we'll talk more about that later. Let's have one more cat suggestion, and then we have to go to break, and we'll be back with more of Stacy's recommendations for Christmas. And I'm going to throw in one, too. All right, Stacy, so one more.
Okay, how about the Animal Camera? And it's EYENIMAL. And it's a little camera that affixes to your dog or cat. And they walk around and they film their own YouTube video clips. It's an amazing, amazing product. We love it.
The doggy cam. The doggy cam.
Cam.
Is it shaky? Does it make you kind of car sick watching these things?
Depends on what they're doing. I have one dog that fetches a lot, and when she's racing across the yard, you can't see a single thing. But when they're out playing, it's really not. It's held very steady. The cat cams come out wonderful. There's a lot of cat cams on YouTube now, and most of them are, well, I would say the majority of them are done through the Animal Camera because it's so smooth and so effective and so easy to watch, and you'll really enjoy it.
That sounds really funny. Okay, so I've got a used pick for you. If you have an older dog and you want to make him comfortable and you've got the space in the room and you don't mind this aesthetic, or maybe it's outside, one thing that I've used for a few of my dogs, outside and in, is, you know, those little round, tiny trampolines used to be popular in the 80s that people jumped on indoors for fitness. You see them all the time at fitness shops.
Right.
Well, normally you can find them for $10 or less in a used shop. And those things make the best dog beds. They are so comfortable. You can throw a cushion on top, or you don't even have to. Your dog will be delighted when you ask him if he wants to get on there. So I've had pregnant females on there. I had one in the barn where all the puppies were, so that the mom could kind of get away from them and be up on this raised trampoline. And, you know, after whelping out all those puppies, I'm sure she enjoyed the extra cushiony comfort. So, yeah, that's one pick for me that's a little bit affordable for the list this year. If you're getting something for your own pet and you don't want to spend too much, but you want to make a big difference, if you've got an arthritic dog, this will make a big difference. Another thing is a hot water bottle with a cover that comes with it makes a big difference for dogs and cats. You just put a bunch of blankets on it so your dog can take them off if he wants to make it warmer, or not, if he needs it just the temperature you've set. And then he'll actually lie down on it where he hurts. Cats will too. They'll self-medicate. So it's a really good thing for old arthritic animals. You want to keep them dry. You want to keep them warm. You don't want to binge them on exercise. Do a little warm-up. Do a little warm-down. Okay, so we're going to go to break, and we'll be back to talk more about the holidays, everybody. Stay tuned to Animal Party. I hope you got your jammies on, because this is a pajama party.
Don't leave this party before it's over, because the best is yet to come. Only losers leave the party early anyway. Party on. Back in a few.
It's the holidays at PetSmart, so come one and all. There are hundreds of gifts for pets big and pets small. Toys only at PetSmart, so special and new. They'll love the gifts. You'll love the value. Hurry to PetSmart today for your very best friend and save 30 to 50% before the holiday ends.
The holidays are just around the corner. Go to PetLifeRadio.com/PetSmart and save up to 30% on awesome gifts for the pets and pet people in your life. Toys, collars, leashes, PetSmart gift cards, treats, and more. So shop early and save money. Go to PetLifeRadio.com/PetSmart today.
Love your pets but wish their medications were a lot less expensive? They are at 1-800-PET-MEDS. You'll not only save on flea and heartworm medications, but on prescriptions for arthritis, incontinence, thyroid, and more. And you get fast service, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Plus, our licensed pharmacists ensure accuracy, monitor drug interaction, and more. See why over 5 million people have trusted their pet's health to 1-800-PET-MEDS, America's largest pet pharmacy. Call now or order online.
Go to PetMeds.com/party, PARTY, to get 10% off any order and free shipping on orders of $39 or more.
Celebrate your special occasion and give her this classic semi-eternity band created with 1-carat brilliant diamonds, channel set in 14-carat white gold. Exclusively yours from ICE.com. Free shipping over $150, free returns, and 30-day money-back guarantee.
Go to ICE.com and use promo code ACTFP. and get 20% off your purchase. Or use promo code ADTFP and get 20% off at Diamond.com, Ice.com, or Diamond.com. Get 20% off from Pet Life Radio.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's All Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. All Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand. This is the place for a special paparazzi treat. Only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
You're inside the VIP room.
with the hottest party in town.
Back to the party.
Let's go.
Hello! We're back with Animal Party, and Stacey Mantle's our guest from Pets Weekly. She comes to us every few months, joins the party, brings some toys, some gadgets, some trinkets, some expensive things, some bling, and some cheaper things, some more affordable little knickknacks and things. We always have an assortment for you, for cats and dogs. But her site is much more than that. It's more than just what to buy for dogs and cats. So you should check it out. PetsWeekly.com. Check it out. Okay.
Since you just had an emergency situation at your home, you know all of this. But we have on our gift list this year a product from Peak Waggers. And what they are is a basically perfect solution to the hungry trail dog, or whether you need a backup meal while you're running errands, or if you're just having an emergency and you need something that has a really long shelf life and can be stuck in the emergency kit. And they're dehydrated meals that are complete meals, and one package feeds a 100-pound dog for 2 meals. So it's a very lightweight, high in fat, high in protein, great solution for any situation that might come up.
That is fantastic. Because anywhere you are, if there's a flood or a hurricane or an earthquake or something like that, a fire, if you live in California and summer's coming, if you live in Florida and September's coming, you know where you are. You know what might happen. Think about it. Get this stuff. Along with your 3-day supply of water and food for yourself, the kibble is going to get rotten or moldy or wet or is too big to carry. This is really smart. I like this idea. Okay, because we want to talk safety. And I've been telling you all along, if you listen to the last show I did for Pet Life Radio and the one before that, the last 2 episodes, I was telling you all about how to keep your house safe for Christmas. But I just want to go over that as fast as I can. Anchor the tree, please, to the ceiling, to the wall, something, so that if the pets knock it over, the kids knock it over, the cats try to climb it, it won't come down. Put your delicate breakable ornaments at the top or away. Any kind of food gets put in a locked, sealed place and only comes out when it's being gifted and then gets tucked away again. So the tree is not decorated with chocolates and popcorn and all kind of candy canes and things that tempt dogs and cats over there. Anything herbal is a draw for cats. Mint is a draw for cats. Anything food is a draw for dogs. Any kind of meat is a draw for both. So just keep all the food away from the tree. You don't have to put food on your tree. You really don't. Now, other things, candles, really watch it. Only have candles in totally safe locations where cats will not play with the flame or the shadow or the flicker, or they'll not inadvertently get singed by it. And places and use candles that burn down really quick. So you're never leaving open flame and pets in the same room together. That's so important. Now, another thing is xylitol, the artificial sweetener, is really deadly to pets. So again, with the candies and the treats, keep them away. Chocolate, toxic to dogs. Even a little is bad. You wouldn't give your kid a little bit of poison. You shouldn't give your dog a little bit of chocolate. Give him something he actually wants. And that's what I really want to get to, is to keep them safe. What you need to do is make treats or buy treats and have them out in containers. Make me do a trick. Stick that on the doggy container. Or does tricks for treats. Stick the sign, a little postie on the doggy treat container. Put it in a prominent place and fill it with something that you don't mind your pet having. Now your pet's going to be working for it, learning, working with the people, polite, doing tricks, right? Your dog's going to be really well behaved for that instead of waiting to steal. Now, the number one reason pets go to hospital on Christmas Day and New Year's Day, number one reason for dogs especially, is too much fat. So please don't let your pets lick out that broiler pan. If you really want to give them gravy, give them a teaspoon of gravy on top of their regular food, all mixed in, maybe with some water, so they're not getting a binge hit like that. Okay, be really careful. They don't need the whole thing. And likewise for where you put the garbage. With the foil and the oil, they'll go for it, they'll eat it all, and they'll have foil in their stomachs, which could very much land you at the vet. So let's all be really, really careful and have a good Christmas and a good Hanukkah. And tinsel and cats is no good. If it's artificial and it kind of jingles and glitters and waves and moves around and can be ingested, don't use it. If people give it to you, just politely somehow get rid of it. You might even want to have an old-fashioned trunk or a Tupperware box right beside the tree so that if people give you something that's all decorated and beautiful, but you know your cat is going to go to town on it, put it in there until the day, till that person's actually over and you're sharing the gift. And have garbage bags ready. Put all the wrapping in. Because that's the thing cats go to the vet for most this time of year, ingesting little bits of wrapping and ribbon. Okay, so Stacey, what other suggestions have you got? Let's get back on the fun track with this pajama party.
Excellent. Well, we've got a really fun little stocking stuffer called the Doggy Go Pack. And essentially it's this adorable little holder. It's a little square holder that fits on your leash. And you just clip it on there. You can put your keys, your iPad, your wallet, your credit cards, anything you need, and let your dog carry the weight. It just fits on the end of the leash. Everything's available right there, and it's super, super adorable. So right now you can get them for $10 if you use coupon code PETSWeekly and go to DAWGGIEGOPAK, DoggyGoPack.com.
You know what, though? I mean, they should be sending me one because this would revolutionize my image. I don't know if I've been seen in public with dogs in 20 years without a ever so slimming fanny pack. I don't think so. Because you have to, right? You walk the dog. You don't want to have your pockets all full of doggy bags and treats, which crumble and get disgusting in your pocket and make dogs try to chew through your clothes. So you don't want that, right? But you have to have your treats. You have to have your keys. You have to have at least 1 or 2 credit cards, a debit card, something, your license. So you end up with this really unflattering, shape right around your midriff. And I've got all kinds. I've tried the black slimming kind. I've tried the striped crazy kind, so it won't, actually look like it's part of me. It doesn't matter. It's never flattering. I think I need one of these. So that sounds like a great idea.
I'm going to send you one of these and one of the lickety stick because I do happen to have 2 of them that I need to send you your gift anyway, so I will get those out to you today.
See, look at me fishing, shamelessly fishing here. Oh, just asking for what I want. Well, it is Christmas. It is Hanukkah. Why not? I will use these things, and I will talk about how much I like them. So I'm sure the companies will be happy with your choice.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, I like that idea. I think I've seen something like that. See, I go in and out of homes collecting dogs sometimes when my staff's sick or my drivers aren't available, or just because I want to if it's a certain dog in a certain place. But and I think I've seen that. There's a guy in a wheelchair with 2 standard poodles, or a toy poodle and a standard poodle, and I think he had that on his leash. And he probably would be the type of person who would look very, very carefully for a product like that, because hands-free is how he gets around. So he can't be carrying stuff. And pockets,
this is a really wonderful product.
Yeah, okay.
Let's talk about a helpful product for travel. How about, because we're all getting in the car, going to Grandma's house, right? We always want to take our pups with us, of course, because Grandma loves that. So,
yeah.
And but they like my grandma, it's kind of like, leave the dogs home, we'll just deal with the people, but it's all good. Okay, we have 2 products for traveling. The first one is the Is It Too Hot for Spot? Now, this is a pet thermometer that fits in your car. It stays like it's a window sticker kind of thing that just goes on the side of your car. It's not a sticker. It's the plastic thing that adheres to your window. It's a really, really great tool because it also works for places that are too cold for Spot. So you put the thermometer on there, it measures the internal temperature of your vehicle, and it displays on the outside of the car so everybody knows what temperature it is in your vehicle. If you travel a lot and you're traveling to places that you don't necessarily know the climate, this is a really, really great tool.
I love this idea. I love this idea because people don't realize that it's too hot for their dog, and they leave him in the car and they don't even think about it. And you hear about this all the time. There's been babies left in the car, elderly people left in the car, pets left in the car. Sometimes they die or they get really sick. I mean, it's horrible. And people just didn't think. But you know what? I need one. I need one that says, "Is it too cold for Deb?" Because
it actually doesn't get hot enough for Arizona, but it does get cold enough. It goes to a negative 60 degrees and it goes to upwards of 120. Well, we can have 120 just walking out the front door. That's not a big deal for us. Well, not fun. But that means our car is about 300 degrees. So it's really important that people are aware of where they're traveling and what the temperature is. And this acts as a great reminder for people who are walking by your car who notice it. So you're helping to educate other people on how to protect their pets as well.
That's really cool. That's really smart.
So I'll get one of those out to you as well.
I was just joking about that thing. Is it too cold for Deb? Because I really wish I could live in Arizona or California or Florida. Every time I do this show with you and you talk about the heat, I think, oh, that would be nice.
And I'm just thinking about rainforest and snow. That's all I want to do. We need to trade places for a month and see what happens.
Oh, I know. Mind each other's packs. You got to take your husband with you, though. I'm not doing that. I'll bring my children, and you take your husband. We're not swapping.
He's now wanting to go to experience the cold a little bit more, so we'll have to see if he can handle it. So that'll be a good test. We'll have to trade houses maybe for a week or two. See how that goes.
Yeah, live in the rainforest in Canada. That would be
absolutely.
To go from the Phoenix Desert to the rainforest in Canada in winter. Oh, I'd like to see that. That would be funny. It'd make a good reality TV show for sure.
That would actually be a great TV show. I'm going to have to pitch that idea. I think that would be wonderful. Okay, well, the next travel thing that we have is the PetNet from the PetNet and the PetNetShop.net. This is a great barrier to keep dogs and other animals out of the front seat because you know how big of a distraction that can be. And you want to keep them secured in the back seat, but you also want to keep them from climbing up into the front on top of your lap. And this is a great tool. It's only $24.99 for Pets Weekly readers. It's $29.99 normally. And again, just go to the website, punch in the Pets Weekly code, and you save some money.
Yeah, I really worry about that, especially with little dogs getting under the gas pedal, balls getting under the gas pedal. Things can get under or under the brake, and things can roll under there, and then you can't stop your car, or it wedges the gas really high, or it stops the brake from being pushed. And it's very easy to have that happen with a tennis ball or a little dog that's trying to get the tennis ball, or even just a little dog who runs down there for a crumb they smell under the footpad or something. Like, it's pretty dangerous. I see this all the time with little tiny teacup dogs riding on their owners' forearms and on their chests and kind of on the dashboard. And I just think, wow, if they get in an accident, first of all, that dog's gone. He's just gone. But also, what if he causes it? How many people this is terrible, and it's cute. And I always honk and wave at them because I guess I'm being hypocritical. I can't help it. They're adorable. But I just wish they'd be safer.
Yeah, no, it's a really big issue, and you want to keep your pets safe while you're traveling. You don't want to turn them into an airbag, and I hate that description, but that's essentially what you're doing. So you keep your pets safe. You can play with them when you get them out of the car. Meanwhile, when they're in the car, and if you want them in the front seat, make sure they have a carrier and they're secured so that they're not going to have an issue. They can still see out the window and be adorable, but then you don't have to worry about them jumping out the window or getting distractions for the driver or anything like that. So just important to keep everybody safe during the holidays. You never know.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so what else have we got on the list?
Well, you were talking about last-minute ideas, and we've got a way that you don't even have to leave the house, and you can have your gift delivered in a matter of minutes, so it looks like it was totally planned, or you can do it in advance, and that is gifting books to people. As you know, I have my new book out, Shepherd's Moon, and that's my urban fantasy. We were talking about that over Halloween with the werewolves and the shepherd that made the household. So we have that book. We have your book. We have The Complete Cat's Meow from Darlene Arden, Fabulous Felines and To Love with Cats from Sandy Robbins, Forever Paws from Christine Davis. All of these can be gifted from Amazon or Barnes & Noble in about 2 minutes. And you never have to leave your home, and it's delivered straight to the Kindle or to the nook of your favorite person.
Nice. Yeah, my DVD, too. You could, if you know a bad dog out there, or someone who has a bad dog, or even a good dog that could be better. Maybe it's a good dog who looks bored, needs some tricks. Send them my DVD. If there's a family out there with a ton of kids that aren't behaving well with the dog, or the dog isn't behaving well with the kids, there's a lot on there for them. Games and all kinds of tricks.
Great entertainment during the holidays is to watch your dogs gone wild. We love that.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? If you want to know what it's all about, you think, well, I don't want to buy the DVD until I know what's on there. Check out my YouTube channel, because I posted 10 of them for free up there. And you can really see, you can see Dogs Gone Wild, and you can see 7 training clips, and couple little things. If you've ever had a pet die, there's a little bit there called Rainbow's Bridge that's really, really nice. So you want to check that out. And and that's all free. So there's no reason not to train your dog, no reason not to train your cat. And cats can learn everybody. They can learn tricks, they can learn manners. When you talked about your grandma not wanting your pets, I understand that. And I think most people out there who have pets get kind of an attitude when guests come to their house and don't love their pets or don't want their cat on them, don't want the dog sniffing their crotch, don't want the dog kind of pushing them into a corner and leaning against them, don't want the cat cuddling up with their dress-up clothes and coat and shoes and socks and the things they brought that they've kept ever so neatly for the holidays, usually dark-colored clothes that show off cat hair well. And, you can make it a lot easier for your guests to like your pets if your pets aren't rude. And so if you've got guests who aren't cat people, put their coats away and close the closet. Don't make them wear cat hair the rest of the day. Maybe they're allergic. Maybe there's a reason they don't want that on them. Make it easier for them. If you've got guests staying over, don't put them in the room the cats are in if they hate cats. Figure something else out. Make it work so there's no conflict. And with dogs, all dogs should know both off and down interchangeably, even though they know the lie down command. Still, if any stranger or anybody ever says off or down or no, if the dog is not on the ground, it should immediately get on the ground. And that should be easy for anybody to do. If there's another language spoken often in your family, teach the dog the commands he needs to know in those words too, like sit and down and off. It won't take you more than an afternoon. Honestly, if you watch a movie on TV and every time there's a commercial, you pause and use the commercial break to teach your dog a new command with treats. Or even without treats, with a ball or cuddles or attention, but with treats, make it easy on yourself. By the end of the movie, your dog will know 3-4 new things. I mean, they're that smart. They're just sitting there waiting to learn like little sponges that are totally ignored. And most of them only get attention when they're bad. So make sure you give them ways to earn your attention by being good. But you want your dogs to greet politely, too. Dogs who jump up, even little ones, they can run someone's stockings. That's a pain on New Year's Eve. They can cause kerfuffles with groceries and kids and bags. I mean, even a little dog can get right in the face of a toddler who's just learning to walk, or trip people. So you want your dog to really know how to greet. And that's usually in a sit or lie down position at the front door in a specific spot. And all you do is keep a leash there. And when someone comes to the door, instead of letting them walk in until your dog gets this right, you lock the door so they have to knock. You say, just a minute, and you put your dog on the leash, which is hanging right there, and you make your dog sit or lie down, whatever your choice is, and then you open the door and you let them come in and you tell your dog, say hi, and good dog. And that's it. That's all. That you do that a few times, you won't need the leash anymore. He still have it there in case he reverts to old habits for his favorite auntie who always gets him all excited and whittling. But now you've got a way your dog can earn their attention and do a greeting that isn't pee all over everything or jump all over everybody or go completely crazy because you're getting yelled at and greeted at the same time and you don't really know what's expected of you. This will be calm, nice, and everyone will say, oh, yeah, I love your dog. He's so well behaved. That's what you're shooting for, right, Stacey?
Absolutely. Make sure he's well socialized and never trust them because, they can have accidents too and you never know what the other person's doing. And I know a lot of accidents have happened with kids and dogs, bigger dogs especially, that the kids just didn't understand and they kept pushing and pushing and the dog kind of snapped. So I think it's really important to have that quality time with your dog, have them well socialized, teach them how to take food correctly. And like you were saying, have a well-behaved dog. They're not going to have a problem with it.
Kids and dogs should be a good match. But if a dog isn't comfortable, isn't used to them, then it can be very awkward. And the same is true for the kids. The kids have to know limits. You can't just punish the dog. You can't let the kids go wild and do whatever they want and be as aggressive or hands-on with a dog. Because if there's no toy, that's what happens. If there's no ball, no chew toy, no something for them to play with, then the dog, if it's a young, happy, playful dog, might grab the kid's sleeves, make the kid the toy. And if it's not, if it's a dog who doesn't really want to play, the kid will make the dog the toy. Grab the dog's tail, grab the dog's ear. You just need a toy, people. Make sure there's a rule at home that you don't play with a dog without a toy. Now you got a ball or something the dog wants and the kid's playing, and it's all fine, but you've got to be there. Even the most tolerant golden retriever can have an off day, can have a bum leg or a sore hip or be sleeping and be woken out of sleep. Or maybe the dog's now been put on some kind of steroid. You didn't know that. The last 10 years you've known this dog, it was fine. But now it's on a steroid that makes it starving. It's on prednisone, and it wants to eat everything it can see. And they left, your kid comes in with a cookie. Not a good thing, right? The dog's going to steal it, and it might not be gentle about it. Your kid might get knocked over and bang his head. The dog isn't being mean, but stuff can happen. So you really need to communicate with people when you're visiting. You need to make sure there's no food on the floor, no dishes on the floor, that everything's out of the way. And if there is food being given to the pets, it's very controlled. There's an adult right there supervising and with their hand right in the mix. So all that's demonstrated on my Kids and Dogs clip, which is free on YouTube. So go to Deborah Wolf on YouTube and you can check that out. I also wanted to draw your attention to the fact that on Pet Life Radio, we have a lot of good sponsors and the products are fantastic. And if you want to get them, don't go somewhere else and get them. Because if you get them on Pet Life Radio by connecting directly with the link and the code, you get a discount, sometimes as much as 20%, 10%, free delivery, all that kind of stuff. So if there's something you hear about advertised on our show and you think, ooh, I want that Pet Life Radio product, that sounds so good. Well, don't go find it somewhere else. Get it here. You'll get it cheaper. Okay, everybody. So, and that's true for Pets Weekly, too. She's got all kinds of coupons on there. If you heard Stacy talking about something you want, then get it from her site because that's where you're going to get it the cheapest. And Stacy, you, just for the record, I want them to know, you don't put up ads for everything. It's only stuff you like, right?
Yeah, and we have very, very few ads in general. We only deal with products that we've personally tested and approved. So we have a pack-tested, pet-approved award that we give out, and those are the people that you're going to see on our site.
Okay, so one more thing for the holidays that I'm thinking of for people is if you're thinking of getting treats or food items or toys for someone who has dog or cat, before you go and get it, do your snooping. Because you don't really know if their dog always destroys squeaky toys and can't have them or isn't allowed certain bones or what. Go do your snooping. Make an appointment somehow. Get into their closet and figure out what they've got. Because that's what their dog's allowed. Now, you can upgrade. You can get something fancier in the same vein. But, if their cat has all kinds of catnip toys, then their cat's into catnip. If it doesn't, it probably isn't. If their dog has all natural, real bones as treats in the freezer, then that's what they want for their dog. Just do your snooping. If you see squeaky toys and fuzzy toys and tennis balls in a big basket by the front door, which I love because that helps with the training with the kids and the greetings. If you see something like that, check out what's in there. Get stuff like that. That's what they like. But you can even look around their yard while you're waiting for them to answer the doorbell. You might get some clues there. And on the cat scratch note, every cat needs a cat scratch. They need to scratch for their nails, for their mental well-being, to stretch. To be a cat means you need to stretch like that and scratch. So if you don't have a cat scratch, you're going to have scratched furniture, scratched other things. So you need a cat scratch. And the cat scratch has to be big. A cat stretch is really, really long. So we're talking 4 or 5 feet easily. So somehow figure out a way to do that. It might be the kind that you anchor to the wall. And I know, Stacey, you've got all kinds of cat furniture, cat shelving, cat stuff that can make a tiny apartment totally spacious for a cat and give it space where you don't want it. 6 inches from the top of the ceiling where you'd never, ever go anyway. Now your cat has a whole new room. So maybe can you tell them a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're always big fans of building vertically for cats. It takes up less room, and especially in apartments. And in fact, in Japan and China, they've got entire houses that are architecturally developed just for their cats that are built straight up instead of, on levels rather than horizontally. Cats love to climb, and you need to support that. A feline furniture house, that's furniture out that we've seen. They have a lodgepole pine indoor-outdoor set that is absolutely gorgeous, just beautiful, and the cats love it. Because they can climb and lay and sleep and meow and do everything they want and observe from a height. So they're a lot more comfortable doing that. And you can have it outdoors as well, so it works out great for an enclosure. You can pick those up at felinefurniture.com. And then we've also, some of our favorite cat toys are some of the more technologically advanced cat toys. Example of that would be the Firefly mat from Smarty Cat Toys. And it's a cat with a K. And they have a new Firefly mat out that is very operated, and it lets your cat have something to play with in the middle of the night when you're sleeping and the cat wants to play. So you just set it up, and the little lights go off, and they shoot fireflies. It's a really great little toy.
Wow. Yeah.
Of course, they got the laser-operated toys that are always fun, and you can now set those up and kind of just let them run. That's a lot of fun. So
if you're sitting there right now and you're thinking, you're sitting in your office or your living room and you're looking around and you look at the ceiling and you look 6 inches from the ceiling and you see that there's nothing there. It's just blank wall, completely unused space. And maybe as you look around, you see a coffee table or a desk or some kind of table and maybe some kind of bookcase, that if the surfaces were clear, a cat could easily jump 4 feet up onto the table and then another 3-4 feet up onto the top of the bookcase. And then it could easily get up to a shelf if you put a shelf up there, 6 inches, 10 inches from the top of the ceiling. You could put another one a week or so later, and then another one. And now you've just created for your cat an entire new room, an entire new perch and hangout, a whole new world. It's like a whole new world, isn't that the song? A whole new world for your cat, just like Aladdin. In your office, in your living room, in that tight space where you were always tripping over your cat, where your cat was always hiding under beds, where your cat wasn't really all that comfortable or entertained. Now your cat has a reason to climb, hang out, and do what a cat would normally do. And that didn't cost you much. A few bookshelves, a little bit of tidying, maybe some rearranging. So I'm all for that. But if you want to go big, then there's all kinds of modular stuff Stacy's got, where you could buy a little bit at a time, see how it works, and then add another piece, until your cat has something really cool.
Exactly, and that's what we're saying with the modular. I mean, it's just a fun way of doing it. It's inexpensive. The cats love it, and it takes up less space. So it's lightweight. You can move it around. You know, anything simple like that is what we're big fans of. So.
Another easy thing to do this time of year is make treats. Go online and get some vet-approved, tested recipes for doggy treats or kitty treats and make them. And then package them up real cute. You could just package them in the shape of a dog's head or a cat's face or dog's face or something like that if money's a big issue. Or you can find a container that's really cute at a flea market or garage sale, a dollar store. And then, you know, when someone who loves animals gets a gift like that, they really feel like you thought about them. You thought about what kind of pet they had, and you baked for their dog. You baked for their cat. I mean, that's pretty impressive. That touches them, and it doesn't cost you very much at all. Usually the recipes are sort of a regular type of cookie or cake recipe, the kind of thing you're used to making, minus some of the salt, minus some of the sugar, and something weird is usually added, like chicken soup mix or meat, some kind. So you get things like liver cupcakes and chicken cookies and things like this. But yeah, it's easy to do. If you know how to bake, it really won't be tough for you. Really, really, really. These recipes are dead easy. Wouldn't you say, Stace?
I said we've got some great pumpkin peanut butter wafer pet treat recipe on our website right now that you should definitely check out. That's a great recipe for baking for your cats and dogs. You can for both. And pumpkin's a great source for animals.
Yeah, pumpkin's actually a health food for dogs and cats too, but for dogs particularly. It's a fiber-rich health food. It's really a cleanser. So you want to go easy on these. Whenever you're trying something new on your pet that you've made or that you've bought that they've never tried before, you don't want to give them 5 cookies in a row. Give them 1 or 2 because it might speed up their system just a little. Pumpkin has that effect on dogs in a good way, but, you know.
Absolutely. And a good idea is to always print the recipe out and the ingredients so that people have it and they know what's in it, and they can either recreate it or decide if their pet has allergies. Maybe you wouldn't know about a wheat allergy or corn or anything like that, peanut butter even.
Yeah, and then they could re-gift it if they wanted or decline. But yeah, you don't want them not giving it to their pet just because they don't know when actually it's fine.
Exactly.
That's a smart idea. But I love the idea of homemade making things. And another thing you could do is pictures. If you've got pictures of them with their pet, or if you can take one somehow and then frame it and get it back to them, well, they're going to love that. Totally. You're going to make them really happy. So I like the pet pajama theme, and I like the picture of the pet, and I like the homemade, and I like the secondhand trampoline. I like to do things simply that get big bang for your buck. But then sometimes you want to go all the way. So a couple shows back, you told me about bling for your little doggy and cat, and you could get a matching little necklace for your little girl and her little dog. And you want to talk about that? The other extreme.
Absolutely. There's some great products out on the market, and you can, it's almost one of those things you have to just kind of explore. But one of our sites that we really like for handmade crafts is Etsy.com. And they have some super creative things for pet owners, things that are handmade that people are just listing on their websites, and they're reputable sellers, and they may just not be big box. And we're really big on pushing some of the smaller companies and the people that are just getting started and really wanting to do something amazing for their animals. So Etsy.com is a great place to look for that. There's some bigger manufacturers, of course, that come out with the jewelry, the matching jewelry for your pets that just fit on the collars. You can get some really great Blanket ID Tags has a really great website that you can get.
Oh, and you know what you told me about GPS? Wasn't there a tag with GPS for the dog who runs away? Wasn't there one of those coming out?
Yeah,
that's cool.
The tag collar.
That's really cool, especially if you've got like a second summer home or a custody issue or a Houdini dog. There's a Shiba Inu here, and it's in their breed anyway. That's an ancient breed from Asia. And right in the breed descriptions, if you look it up in the Encyclopedia of Dog or something like that, you'll find usually written in the first, second paragraph, it'll say something like, is a lone predator, likes to escape stealthily, quietly, sneakily, basically, they're saying. He likes to sneak off and kill things. And anyway, so when you have one of these at your dog kennel or whatever, you have to really, really watch them because they will climb paw over paw, hand over any fence, 3, 4 fences, and just go wandering. Not because they're not happy. They'll come back again sometime, but they're very aloof, and they're very interested in solitary hunting and sneaking off to do it. So, a dog like that, I'd want a GPS on him if he were my dog. Here, we track him. We have all these fences. We've got him on leash. We're always watching him. We never leave him alone for a second. But who wants to live like that? You got a dog who's a determined Houdini? Wow, this product would be good. I think it even buzzes you when he makes his run.
Absolutely. The tag pet trackers. Yeah. And you can buy the master kit. They've just lowered the price. Originally it was almost $200, and now you can get the master kit for $99.95, and then you can buy additional collars that just fit on your other dogs for less than that. I don't know the exact price right now on that, but I think it's like $45 or $55. So you can get your whole family all GPS and tagged, and you're ready to go.
Okay, now again, I must say, if you've got a whole whack of dogs and they're not some kind of strange breed and they're not intact males used for breeding and there isn't really a reason why they're wandering like this, you got to give me a call. You got to send me an email because we can fix that. Most dogs should not want to wander. Even my intact stud poodles, when they do get out, if they get out, they hang around. They don't go anywhere. I see them, There they are. Like, they shouldn't, if a fence blows down, they're sitting right there beside the blown down fence protecting the property. A dog really shouldn't want to get away from you. So if it does, give me a call, send me an email, we'll fix that. And the same for your cats. If you were listening to the show today thinking, there's no way I could train my cat will not come to his name. My cat will not listen to anything. I have to spray him to get him off the counter. There's no other way. If that's what you were thinking, please send me an email because we can fix it so fast. We had this one guy call after 7 years. His cat had been pooping everywhere but the litter box for 7 years. So he finally sends me an email. And, my question is, like, why did you put up with this for 7 years? Imagine every single day there's cat poo 2 or 3 times a day somewhere in your house that you're scrubbing and cleaning and staining. And he's never using the litter box. 7 years. I mean, anyway, we fixed it in a week. 3 weeks later, the guy was emailing me back saying, I can't believe this. Like, I love my cat. I love my apartment. My wife loves me, and they're all happy. And can we get another cat? And I'm thinking, oh no, here we go again. But sometimes it just takes a little tiny tweak, and everything's perfect again. So let me know if you've got a problem. Don't be ashamed. Not every cat is good from the get-go. Sometimes you need to work on it a little bit, but they all want to be good, and dogs definitely want to be good. So if there's something negative going on, then your cat's needs aren't being met somehow, and we can figure it out pretty quickly. So give me a call sometime or send me an email. Okay, Stacey, so we're done for today. Is there anything you want to leave them with? Because I think I managed to sum up some of your best picks of the year. Is there anything else you're thinking?
I think we've got just about everything covered. We had some great discussion here, so it's been fun.
I've been paying attention. I listen when you talk, Stacey.
Well, I'm glad somebody does. That's important to me.
Oh, your dogs aren't listening to you? Should I be talking to you about this? Are you one of my
I know.
callers?
I'm thinking you need to come over here for just a consult. Maybe that would be worth coming down to Phoenix for, right? You can train my dogs.
Give me any reason. Give me any reason to come to Phoenix, and I will come to Phoenix. And that's true for everybody listening. Give me any kind of, pet fair, stage, radio, TV opportunity, anywhere where the sun shines when it's winter, and I will make a way to come there. I will. Give me some work somewhere where the sun shines, and I'll be there. Oh, yeah, pet expert, will travel. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at the sunshine, just thinking, I want to get more. I want to get more. And I'm sure tomorrow it'll be raining. We'll have a rainy Christmas. The last time we had a white Christmas was 2008. Now, sometimes my place, because it's up on a mountain, because we've had it since then. But officially, Vancouver hasn't had a white Christmas since 2008. Where I live, I think we had one in 2009 also, but it wasn't a real white, it wasn't the build the snowman, take out the sled kind of thing. But I'd give all that up for sunshine every day like you've got. Okay, everybody, so we'll be back with Stacey in a couple of months and check in with her on the new year on what's new and cool for your pets. Until then, check out Pets Weekly. There's all kinds of things there. There's quotes and jokes, and it's not just products. So check it out, and thank you again. Thanks, Stacey.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we're going to end the show now, everybody. So come back to the animal party. Until next time, be good to your animals. Have a safe and happy new year.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.